first post on the matter is about how her and her husband followed protocol and policy, and yet that same policy failed them. January 1st, 2026, Presidential Proclamation 10998 came into effect. This proclamation partially or fully restricts 39 country nationals from entering the United States. This made her Afghanistan husband nearly impossible to be able to come to the United States. With meeting this man for 14 days over a year ago and getting married to him, she decided to move to Afghanistan with her husband. In a video posted online, Alex goes over why her husband, which name has not been publicly said online, so I'm just going to refer to him as the husband in this video. But anyways, she goes over why her husband's visa was denied. And in this video, I don't know if you guys have seen like those get ready with me's. She's basically doing a get ready with me while going over this story. Not basically, she is. She had stated that about over a year ago, and when she posted this video, it was January 31st, 2026. So January 20th, 2025, they started their application process, and she had stated at the time they were able to bypass the I-130 documents because her husband was from Afghanistan. She said that was some policy at the time, but I looked into it and I really don't know how true that is. The only thing that I could find was that when Biden was president, he made an application fee waiver, and then there were some other things he did that I do not think apply to this case, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I could not find anything on that. She stated that they actually got the approval for the interview in 2 days, and that is really fast because it usually takes over a year for it to usually be approved. Now, I am not trying to discredit how hard it is to become a U.S. citizen. The process is very lengthy, very hard, and costs thousands of dollars, which did actually happen to Alex and her husband, saying they spent thousands on forms. So because Palestine does not have a U.S. Because Afghanistan does not have a U.S. embassy, that means that you would have to interview in other third world countries. So when it was time for his interview, the presidential proclamation had passed, so he still went to the interview even though he knew that he was going to get denied, and they did hand him his denial letter. At the end of the day, my husband was denied, not because of anything he did or anything on his background, but because, policy and the dumbass president. Now, at this point, she is still getting ready, and in my opinion, she talks in the way you would expect a teenage girl to talk. Maybe that's how I talk, I do not know. But the way she talks, she kind of strings out her words, and it's kind of weird, and she kind of talks in a manner you expect, like someone just talking about their dinner plans. Now, I don't know how much trauma, people going through this process, and this actually would be a really sad story if what came next didn't come. She lets us know that she has dual citizenship in America and Jordan, and it seems like her father is from Jordan. So she was saying that another option they could have is the move to Jordan, but she states that they don't want to wait any longer and she does not want to go through another immigration process. Then comes the controversy and what this whole video is about. She states in the video that another option is for her to go to Afghanistan with her husband. For background, the couple, which she had stated, had met on Snapchat, and after talking for a while, she said they used to talk for 12 to 14 hours. She met him in Palestine for 12 days, and that is where they had gotten married. She had stated that it was not weird seeing him because they had talked so much that it was just kind of normal for her. So they have continued an online relationship for another 2 years, and now we are to this point. And she also seems to be a truck driver. She posts a lot of videos about it online, even featuring one of her hitting a deer. But besides that, her videos are pretty normal. It's just about what she eats and a lot of makeup stuff. On June 11th, 2026, Alex posted another video about how her husband was denied access into the United States. The video then continues, and she goes on and shows an upcoming trip on August 17th to Kabul in Afghanistan. It also shows her visa to Afghanistan, and in the caption of the video it says Uno reverse green card. Now, if you don't understand why it's so bad for a woman to go to Afghanistan, let me give you the reasons. Afghanistan is under the Taliban rule, and the Taliban believe in an ultra-conservative interpretation of Islamic law and also combine traditional Pashtun tribal codes. Under Taliban rule, women are heavily restricted from doing anything out in public. Women are not allowed to show their faces, they are not allowed to speak outside publicly, and all women-owned businesses have been banned, meaning women cannot go into any of these spaces like beauty salons, gyms, etc. And everywhere the woman goes, the man has to be there with her. She cannot go anywhere alone. Other public spaces that are banned besides gyms are sports clubs and parks. There are several human rights abuses, there are arbitrary arrests, and there is no legal protection and access to fair trials for women in Afghanistan. She made a video responding to people's questions about, her social media, what's going to happen to it, and then she states that she is going to continue her social media, and there is still a lot of social media users in Afghanistan, so she will be able to post. Now, it is very dangerous for women in Afghanistan to post on social media. Women who post on social media have a high risk of retribution from the Taliban. This could include fines, beatings, and detention. The Taliban also frequently enforces a widespread blackout, and that shuts down all fiber optic networks, and they also have restricted access to platforms like Facebook and Instagram. And she talks about how, she knows some people who post on TikTok in Afghanistan. I don't know how, because TikTok is banned there. The reason why the Taliban will ban these things is they say it's to prevent immorality. Strict moral laws also make women's lives heavily restricted. Like I've said before, women are not able to show their face, they're not allowed to sing, and they are not allowed to have their voice be heard in public. So this would make, posting on social media heavily dictated, and would be just hard for a woman to post on social media in this climate. And as for the gym, my husband's aunt actually goes to the gym, and it's women's only, which I would prefer that anyways. In the video, she does the little hand gesture I did, and you do that when you say tea, and it's kind of like a period type thing. That's the best way I can explain it. Anyways, I don't know if she's lying or he is lying to her and manipulating her, and she truly believes it. But no, Afghanistan women are not allowed in gyms. In November 2022, the Taliban banned Afghan women from attending things like gyms, parks, and public baths. It was alleged that this was banned because women were not following the gender segregation, and women were not wearing the right Islamic clothing, which would be from head to toe. Now, I saw a lot of comments addressing how it's awful for her to move her child to Afghanistan, and I was reading that, I was like, oh my gosh, that is awful. But she has made a video stating that she does not have any children, and by the looks of every platform she has, she does not have children. So I really don't think we should be spreading rumors on the matter. I think rumors can be very harmful and almost diminish the situation going on. Many people were asking, why she was going to Afghanistan and why they wouldn't go to just another country together, especially because she has citizenship in another country. And she states that Afghanistan passports are just not strong enough. I do not know if this is true or not, but I do find it a little weird. Someone commented on one of her posts, obviously concerned for this girl. Please be safe. The world is a dangerous place anywhere you go. Something everyone can agree on, but there always is more dangerous places you can visit, right? But Alex responds to this. She clips it in a video and responds. So I really like this comment because it reminded me of the time I went to Chicago with friends. We took the wrong exit and we immediately got pulled over by police, and we were told to leave the area because it was too dangerous. So yeah, do with what you want with that info. This is just really tone deaf of her to say, comparing what Afghanistan women are going through and comparing it to Chicago, because I'm not doubting that there can be some dangerous areas in the US, right? There's dangerous places everywhere, there's dangerous people everywhere, but to compare that to what other women are going through in different countries and having their rights restricted, that just, I don't know, that rubbed me the wrong way. Anyways, she talks about how she's gonna explore Afghanistan with her husband and enjoy the scenery. She also talks about how she's gonna go to the gym with her aunt and how she's gonna meet up with some friends from online. One of the comments on that post reads, "I hope you like your new wardrobe," and in the picture it features women in burqas. And another comment reads, "I hope you like your new view," and it just shows mesh viewing, which what you would be able to see out of a burqa. Now this may seem like people trying to make light of the situation, right? But with the context, I think this is women trying to say, you're kind of stupid, right? And this is very tone deaf of you, which I would have to agree on. And she's saying she's gonna go to the gym and stuff with her aunt and how she's gonna meet up with friends, but she cannot go anywhere without her husband and is forbidden to speak in public. So I don't know what her plan is with that. She has also made multiple videos and they are titled "Guess I'm Taking to Afghanistan for My In-Laws." And it features perfumes and makeups, and I really don't have to explain why this is wrong and kind of evil. Many people don't know if she's being manipulated or if she is lying, and I personally think it's the latter. I think that she truly believes what she's saying, and I don't know how much manipulation this man has on her, but I really think she thinks she's going to be able to do all these things when she's there, and she's not going to be able to. And she's in her comments, she's telling she has reposted stuff about people being racist and everything like that, and no one is being racist, right? Maybe there are some people, I don't know, but the majority I have seen are people concerned about this woman because it's not about race, it's about the government there and the Taliban and the rights women have there, which are none. She made a post on her Instagram story, and this is another reason I really don't believe she's lying, and I actually think she is in delusion land. So let me tell you what she had posted on her TikTok story. "Due to all the backlash I have recently received, I've decided to take a break from social media for now. The attention has gone outside of the internet and into my personal life, and I've experienced harassment and harsh treatment from people who don't even truly know me. Right now, I think stepping away is what's best for my peace of mind. I would like to share a little more about my marriage. My husband and I are both Muslims, and in our faith and culture, getting married the first time you meet isn't out of the ordinary. My husband is committed to his deen, and that's one of the things I love the most about him. I understand that our marriage may look different from what non-Muslims are used to, but it's built on love, trust, and mutual respect. I don't blame anyone for not understanding, as it can be difficult to share that type of intimacy on the internet. I also want to acknowledge that I am aware of the laws in Afghanistan. I know there are differences I'll experience while I'm there and I am not accustomed to here in the Western world. When I started this account, my only goal was to share our immigration journey and travel vlogs. I did not expect it to reach so many people at such a fast rate. I have a lot of respect for creators who focus on geopolitics, but this is not the goal for my page. As for the creator fund, I've made about $70 so far. Any money I earn from it this month will be donated back to Afghan community with full transparency. My husband and I have always tried to support families however we can, whether it is food, financial assistance, or genuine acts of kindness. Anything I've shared has come from my own personal experiences with my husband's family, from observant Afghan women content creators. The women in his family do attend women-only gyms, but it just opened recently, and that may explain everyone's confusion. In the cities we'll mostly be in, wearing a burqa is not required, and the majority of women wear hijabs. Many of the women I know there also wear makeup on a day-to-day basis. Those are simply the experiences I've seen. One thing that bothers me is how some people are using the burqa as an insult to me in the comments. Regardless of anyone's personal opinions about me or the burqa, using it as a way to mock or attack ultimately disrespects the women who choose or are expected to wear it. That does nothing but harm their dignity. That is a lot of information, and going on to what she was saying about the burqas, it is not people trying to mock those women. They're showing you that these women do not have the right or choice to wear not wear the burqa. What's going on in Afghanistan besides the burqa? Children are getting married to, men that are 4 times their age, and it's a really disgusting thing, and I don't think it represents the Muslim religion at all. She also reposts a lot of things. In one of her reposts, she reposted a woman saying, "My experience as an American woman traveling to Afghanistan. I've seen so many people talk about the American woman moving to Afghanistan, so I want to give my perspective on what I saw." And it's basically this woman talking about what she saw when she went to Afghanistan as a tourist. Now, it's really irritating to me, honestly. People visit North Korea, right? And what you see is not what actually happens. That's the same with Afghanistan. They're going to show you a false reality of what their lives are actually like. And there's a big difference between a tourist and a woman going to live there. She also posts in the video, this is a woman-owned business that I bought my Afghanistan clothing from. They're walking, talking, laughing in public, and running their own business without a man. Again, I don't know how to preface this. You're a tourist, right? And she was talking about how she knew, a lot of women online who were in Afghanistan. I could only find tourist stuff, so I don't know about any women actually living there. But, this is still ongoing, and she is moving there in August, and I see people wishing bad on her. I'm not gonna wish bad on anyone, and I don't know if she is being heavily manipulated. Maybe she's lying. I am not sure. I hope she wouldn't lie about it, because that would be really sick. This whole situation is pretty sick, but hello, I am back. This is obviously a new day. A lot of new information since I made that video has come out, and I wanted to address them as well. So, off the bat, what kind of made me realize, oh, I need to add more to this video is that allegedly there are comments stating that her husband has girlfriends, and there are people that are posting pictures of allegedly her husband with other women and saying that they also were told and trying to be convinced to go to Afghanistan. Um, I can't confirm these allegations because AI is such a big problem nowadays, and you can make a photo out of anything these days. So I don't know if these photos are real or not. So this is all alleged. But Alex did delete all her videos from her account, and she said she's going to deactivate her account in 24 hours. So the people who were saying that this was like false, like she wasn't actually moving to Afghanistan, it's all like her trying to get views. This kind of shows that it is not that, because she is really serious about this. So she did make a post, and I will read what it said. Really dangerous and horrible narratives about me to garner views. I'm done with feeding the content to those creators that are going to make my situation have bad consequences that will be based on nothing but lies and rumors. I have decided I just want a peaceful life. This will be my last post. I'm truly sorry all of those people who genuinely wanted to see my content. I'll leave this up for 24 hours and then I'm deactivating my account. This is one of my in-laws that I grew up with, and his entire family was best friends with his sister as well, to all whom. So yeah, she is either lying and it kind of took a toll on her mental health, or the latter, which I believe it is she's actually moving to Afghanistan. Now that she's deactivating her account, I don't know, what else we're gonna hear about this woman. Um, I don't I don't think we were going to hear from her after she moved to Afghanistan anyways, but I think this case kind of ends here because we won't really know, if she goes, what's going to happen, because she deactivated her account unless she makes a new account and or is lying. I don't know. I really think she is deleting her account though, because all the videos are gone. And that is the end of the case. Obviously, it's still kind of ongoing. I don't even know if I could call this a case yet. I don't really know if we'll hear anything else about this. If we do, I will put it in the comments in this video. If it's anything major, I'm not going to put anything that is speculated or anything in the comments. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.